this is going to be a reading for Gemini in appreciation for liking my shorts that I had uploaded. Thank you so much. So I've already pre-shuffled and meditated on these cards. And let's get a message out. Just so that you know, my Gemini is in my Mars placement. So, you know, I also have my Gemini, which has helped me get out of a pickle, I'm sure, throughout my life. Okay. I'd like to thank all of the guardians, angels, interdimensional spirits, and beings who are overseeing this reading. Archangel Michael, please be with me, protect me with your shield. And everyone who is listening to this reading, please protect them with the light of love and healing. Thank you. What messages does the Gemini Collective need to? Perfect. So we're going to keep those three. The bottom of the deck is the Six of Pentacles. And we have the Ace of Cups, the Two of Swords in reverse, and the Three of Cups in reverse. I'm going to start by reading the Ace of Cups in the upright. A striped goblet rests, ready to be filled, to overflow. A space for new emotions and fresh feelings. A time to trust in intuition, love, compassion, intimacy, new beginnings, and new toasts to be made. New infatuations with persons or ideas or possibilities. Okay, so let's look up the Two of Swords in reverse in this deck. I'm using the Phantom Wise Tarot by Erin Morgenstern, by the way. I love these cards. Just the imagery is quite wonderful. Okay, so the Two of Swords. Two ravens fly in opposite directions, each one transporting a large sword as they cross paths. A time of soft conflict, temporary and fleeting, not the impasse it may seem to be. A crossroads, a suspended moment in which to choose carefully. So it was in the reverse, which would signify all those things that I just mentioned, but the opposite of that. So some indecision, some emotional turmoil as you make some difficult choice. It could also mean some communication that's being blocked. Some feeling of being stuck because of that anxiety, because of the lack of communication. And then we have the Three of Cups reversed. So here we have a trio of figures raise their glasses high in a celebratory toast. Like minds and like souls, camaraderie, joy and support, merriment and sparkling beverages, celebrating new friendships and rekindling old bonds, sharing happiness, emotions expanded to include others, share joy, spread joy, and pop another bottle. So in the reverse, it would be everything that I said, the opposite of that. So in isolation, no celebration going on, some feeling of being too busy to socialize or celebrate, some lack of harmony in your social circle. So together, these three would indicate that there's a new beginning, it's being hindered by communication problems or some anxiety because of a lack of communication, and that it's affecting your social circle. Or there's no celebration going on because of that new beginning, or the disappointment in the lack of communication. So the bottom of the deck was the Six of Pentacles. And let's just read what that would mean in the upright. So the pentacles usually signify earthly matters, material wealth, our stuff. And in this deck, a shopkeeper offers a large bone to expectant puppies outside on the cobblestones. A time of generosity and selflessness, to have and have not, taking care or being taken care of, acts of kindness no matter how small, giving and receiving, accepting that which is offered. So in the reverse, it's everything I said, but the opposite of that. So it's an imbalance in giving and receiving, perhaps a manipulative generosity, or it could be a giving of a gift, but in a strings attached type of way. Or perhaps a suggestion of power dynamics where some gift is given, but it's more of an exploitive type of energy. It could also be a warning, this card, a warning of being exploited or stinginess, having a lack of empathy. And that was, underneath that card is the Nine of Swords in the upright, 10 of Swords in the reverse. So just a lot of anxiety that is being created by this situation. Okay, so let us clarify these cards. So let's not forget that the Ace of Cups is signifying a new emotional connection or a creative project. So it makes sense that there would be things that would need to be discussed in order to have a better feeling about the situation. So, Spirit, what other messages does Gemini need to know in order to clarify this reading? Just one more card. Is there any other messages? Okay. Six of Pentacles in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. The World in the reverse, Chariot upright, and the Emperor in reverse. Wow, so those are all major arcanas, which just means that it's going further into the future, more like months. So let's just see what does So in the upright, this signifies the end of a cycle, success, culmination, conclusion. The world celebrates the end of your journey. Okay, so the world in reverse would signify some sense of incompleteness or restlessness, that some project or life chapter is ending in a way that feels unfulfilled. And that was next to the Emperor in reverse. In the upright, authority, discipline, paternity, masculinity, aggressiveness. The Emperor puts you in a position of leadership, of decisiveness. However, because it was in the reverse, it's everything that I just said, but the opposite of that. You feel that you have no authority, there is no discipline, or you feel like you have no leadership in the situation. It could also be an abuse of power, or it could represent a corrupt leader. Somebody who's controlling, like a boss or a partner. It could also mean that you've lost your own power of authority. And that was next to the Chariot and the upright. So this is in advance, protection, decision, movement. The Chariot hurls you into tangible action. So it's almost as if this reading is clarifying with exactly the same message. That there's a period of being held back. You're struggling with some authority figure, or it could be your own power. It could also signify that you have a feeling of some incompletion, or some major life cycle isn't ending well. But the upright chariot is challenging you to regain your focus, to have clarity on the situation, and suggesting that self-discipline will help you to overcome those obstacles. And because this Emperor is in reverse, it could just suggest that you need to regain your own control in the situation if you're not the one who's abusing power. So it's more of a call for a self-examination. And because this is in the reverse, in order to get it upright, it would be a call to complete your unfinished business and to address the feelings of being stuck. So remember, I think this is so interesting because we had the Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck in the first spread, and we had the Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck in the second. And underneath this is also the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So it's suggesting that all those options is coming to an end. So what was the Six of Pentacles in the reverse again? So just an imbalance of giving and receiving, some kind of manipulative generosity, strings attached gifts. One person is exploiting another. So let's not get lost in the sauce. It all started with the Ace of Cups in the upright. So there are new beginnings here, and there is some creative project or emotional connection that we're having, but we just have to address the communication issues. So it's a call to communicate and to clarify in order to have that celebration that we seek. So very good message overall. I am going to now get some words of wisdom from the Cosmic Cat deck. And I've already pre-shuffled these, but I'll just give it one more go around. Okay. So Spirit, what words of wisdom does Gemini need to hear in order to take this message towards their highest possible timing? What message does Gemini need to hear in this time, Spirit? Just give me one. I'm also going to, while we're at it, just pull from Angel Therapy, which is an oracle card from Doreen Virtue. Spirit, what messages does Gemini need to hear in order to take this to their highest timeline? Friendship, care is there, and you are profoundly clairvoyant. So I'm going to read from the book on this. If you pounced on this card today, you are in need of a friend or being called to be one. Perhaps you have many or none. Now is the time to take inventory of what friends you do have, what they mean to you, and what friendship means to you and provides for you in your life. True friendship means the presence of people and animals in your life for which you feel a close connection, a source of comfort and joy. It's a relationship in which you can show your heart and soft underbelly, or more specifically, your tender feelings, from gladness and sadness to fear and anger, and trust you won't get your head bit off. Real friends avoid personal blame, judgment, and negative criticism when they see you may be going astray. They give you affirmation, praise, encouragement, and support where you need it, but avoid doing for you what you need to do for yourself. Seeking closeness by catting around or manipulation by holding out will usually sabotage efforts to create friendship. Instead, seek friendships where all land on equal footing and stay the course. And the so-called friends that come with notoriety or popularity often turn out to be the quickest to abandon you when times get tough. Some may feel they have an entire litter box full of those experiences. What now is holding you back from enjoying friendship? What is preventing you from being a friend? Is there a history you can mend through humble and heartfelt apology? Is there a new chapter or place to begin again with an old friend? Or is it simply a time to be grateful for the lessons and gifts you were given in that relationship and move on? What might you do to catalyze a brand new friendship? Other thoughts to stock. Make an inventory of what you would like to experience in your friendships with others and ask yourself if you are providing that in return. Identify a friend you care about and believe you've offended, then make amends. You may discover that you were not offended, but you've been carrying, that they were not offended, but you've been carrying that thought as a personal burden for far too long. When seeking new friends, participate in social or cultural activities you enjoy that are interactive. Be on the lookout for who you'd like to know more about. Invite them to lunch or for a walk. Spend more time asking questions and listening than talking about yourself. Good advice. And last but not least, Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as with your physical sight, for your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guiding. The angels sent you this card to help you trust the visions you receive in your mind's eye during dream time, as well as the signs that you physically see, such as recurring numbers, feathers, coins, flashes of light, and so forth. Since the Creator is all-seeing, it stands to reason that you, and everyone else, would inherit the gift of spiritual sight. If your gift seems blocked, the cause may be a painful past experience that the angels can help you heal and release. Know that it's right for you to see clairvoyantly, as this blessing can be used to assist your used to assist you with your healing and teaching work. Your clairvoyance also gives you continuous and accurate guidance, much like a GPS electronic map in a car that guides you to the right destination. Trust what you see. Action steps. You'll want to conduct this session in a private and quiet location and have a pen and paper handy, as the process may be triggering some vivid past memories. Sit or lie down and center yourself with steady and deep breaths. When you're ready, say, Archangel Raziel, I call upon you now. Please surround me with the highest and purest vibrations of divine love to heal and release any old fears connected to my spiritual sight. Then breathe and relax as your body may tingle or shudder while it releases old toxins. Stay with this process until your body feels completely at ease. Know that you can control your clairvoyance by asking the angels for help. And with that, my dear friends, Gemini, if you have not done so, please like and subscribe. And I appreciate you, and I thank you very much. So I have the numbers 1, the numbers 2, the numbers... Well, isn't that interesting? Snake eyes. Anyhow, take care. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Bye.